Hello everyone, I am Makusu. I run the Project Z channel. I'm here with Kuzuto and Ragnar from Ragnar's End. And today we are going to be doing a review on Dragon Ball Super Superhero. So, what was y'all's thoughts on the movie?
Overall,
Yes, overall.
aside from the animation, I'd say it was a pretty good movie.
So, you're not a fan of the CGI?
I am not. I much preferred the Broly movie in terms of the CGI and animation.
I do agree with
So,
that. I'm not a big fan on the new way they're doing it, but at the same time, if it can get, you know, the movies out faster and more efficient for Toei Animation and everything else, be my guest.
I admittedly have mixed thoughts about the CGI. It's not bad, considering the fact that it came out this good. Considering it CGI actually really surprised me. There is actually a part of the movie that is animated, and that is the very beginning, with the Red Ribbon Army, its Cell, and all that. That was beautiful animation, and
That one was.
personally,
It looked a lot
I would
like the Broly movie.
love to see that. Yeah, and I'd love to see that again, like in the future, maybe with the return of the series or something. Because Super, due to its time constraints, was not really animated as well as it could have been.
It wasn't, and I mean, as much as I say I didn't like the animation very much. I mean, Gohan's transformation, and a couple of the other transformations, did definitely help. I mean, Gohan's transformation into his beast form was pretty cool. I have to admit that.
Yeah,
I did like the transformation.
Go ahead.
No, we were basically saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Enjoying the transformation and all that. Speaking of Beast Gohan, what are our thoughts about the form? Because personally, I love the aura, but that hair just does not do him justice.
The hair's got to go.
I
So-
think Super Saiyan 2
Hair definitely
really,
needs
really
fixing.
good.
They should have, made his hair into Super Saiyan 2 style that he had when he was a kid. That bang just honestly looked like a freaking banana. And
Yeah, the
it
thing's
was too
huge.
long and everything else. I mean, you're literally naming the form Beast Form.
I mean,
Yeah,
Out of
I didn't.
Hang on. I'm getting there. Okay. Out of every freaking Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT to Super, okay. And yes, I know what everyone's going to say. GT's not canon. Don't say that. I get it. Okay. But out of every form that the Saiyans get, what form resembles a beast?
what, you mean
SSJ 4. Yep. Super Saiyan 4. Now, what I believe they should have done is, if you're going to name something Gohan Beast, literally make him look like a beast. They had the perfect opportunity to bring Gohan as a Super Saiyan 4 and bring the Super Saiyan 4 style of form into the canon universe. Why not do it?
Yeah, and they
Instead,
could have
make-
easily changed the power scaling.
Well, here's
It-
the
it
problem
could have
with
done
giving
that, and it
Gohan
could've-
Super Saiyan 4 though. The whole point of Gohan's transformation and the whole point of his character is he doesn't want to be like his dad. You know, he decided to disregard his Saiyan heritage, if you will, and pursue his own style of powering up. If he was to turn his back on that and just be like, well, nope, I'm going back to Saiyan primal heritage. Nah, I mean, that would kind of disregard the whole point of, the type of power he goes with.
Yeah,
So,
but
I
him
get
going
that.
Beast wasn't even like his plan. It just happened.
Well,
It's just the
absolutely.
power he unlocked.
Here's the thing about Gohan, though, right? And I'm trying to be as objective as possible because Gohan was one of my favorite characters, right? The guy literally has the most potential out of everyone in the show. Okay, it's literally been stated by Goku. It's been stated by freaking Vegeta in the show and everything, right? So if you're taking and looking at him like that, the problem with Gohan though is every time he's gotten a new form or whatever, it's always been rage induced. What is the thing about Saiyans? They go through and are enraged and they get stronger. So whether Gohan meant to tap into his Saiyan heritage or not for beast form, it happened. And in all honesty, if you're going to do something like that, make him literally look like a beast, or else the name
They could have
absolutely nothing.
They could have renamed it. Like if they did decide to go with this design, they could have done a different name. Now I know what people are gonna say when I say this: Blanco or White or anything, because that's what it is.
Gohan Blanco, yeah.
Super Saiyan White, Gohan Blanco. These are all like fan-made things. Could you imagine? It's pretty similar. The only difference is the shade of hair and the size. It's
exactly.
It's pretty pretty up there.
It's the exact same thing, absolutely.
It really is. So
I will admit though, he has an awesome aura.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
It's like by far one of the best I have seen in terms of their forms. Because I loved the Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God aura that we got for the movies. That was my phone. But they changed it, and I don't know why. They've changed it on account of 3 different times. So I don't know if the Beast aura will be different if it ever gets into the series. I hope not, because that's really going to annoy me.
If they go the Shintani art style route, which I'm really hoping they do, or at least something similar to it, because by far it's been my favorite art style for the series, and that applies to like early stage Z as well. You know, so some changes could be justifiable, but given how good the aura looked in that movie, I mean, it doesn't need to be heavily changed. It just needs to be changed enough to match the aspects of what everyone else's auras would look like in a Shintani style, if that's what they decide to go with.
Yeah, I didn't mind the change for Super Saiyan Blue for Shintani. I actually prefer it over the other two. Like, personally, for me, I would have the Battle of Gods God aura for their Super Saiyan God, and then the Shintani style Super Saiyan Blue for the Super Saiyan Blue aura. But it's not gonna be that way. I loved the aura, though. It was absolutely beautiful.
It made it look as though, you know, Super Saiyan Blue was more than just an extra power-up. You know, it actually felt more authentic and more powerful than something like Super Saiyan God, because I mean, in the early stages of Dragon Ball, I mean, we got Super Saiyan God fairly quick after, or sorry, Super Saiyan Blue fairly quick after Super Saiyan God. I mean, we didn't really get a chance to see Super Saiyan God itself grow. You know, I mean, they could have done so much more with it.
I mean, that is that is another thing. It was like the beginning stages of everything, and how is that beginning stage going to evolve into something else? I mean, I know they trained with Whis to get it and all, but at the same time, how did Vegeta get it? You know, it doesn't show how he truly got up to the stages of Super Saiyan Blue at all.
They just gave a half-baked answer. I mean, they just said, you know,
I trained with
Goku.
Whis.
Goku said, I had to have the Saiyans give me their power, but Vegeta managed to get the power all by himself. So I mean,
Yeah.
they told us how, because they didn't want
By
to
obtaining God Key.
Yeah, they didn't want to leave like a stupid huge plot hole, but Still, we would
It
have liked
it
a
left
visual
a
representation.
stupid plot hole, stupidly huge plot hole, whether they meant to or not.
So while we
Because
are on the concept of designs, because we are getting a little off track into superhero.
hey,
While this
it
is all,
happens.
yeah, it does, especially with us three. But while we are on the topic of designs, before we go into the gammas or the androids, what did y'all think about Gohan's new base design?
So
Because they changed his hairstyle once again.
I like this hairstyle. I definitely
I did
like
too.
this hairstyle much better, dude.
I
I like
personally
the
enjoyed it. Like it literally makes him look like he's in a base form.
He doesn't look like Yamcha.
He no longer
Yeah.
looks like Yamcha or anyone else like that. Plus, whenever he does transform in the movie,
transform. It's different.
you know, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, even to his mystic form, you can tell he's actually transforming. In you know, with his previous hairstyle, the only thing that truly happened is his hair changed to yellow or blonde, excuse me, to or gold, however you want to call it. That's
Yeah,
the only real way that you knew he was changing.
What bothered me is like whenever someone goes Super Saiyan, their hair goes up.
Yeah.
But when Gohan went Mystic in the Tournament of Power, one of his hairs went down and he got the bang.
Yep.
That just like bothered me. It confused me. It's like, what? Why?
Now, I will say this. They should have always given him that bang. He looks too much like Yamcha when he doesn't have the bang. And honestly,
Yeah.
his character just looks stupid. Why have his Yamcha hair during the Boo arc and everything else? And I know we're off topic, but hey, it happens. But you asked a question, I'm answering. Why have
Yeah, I get you.
the Yamcha style hair and then you go Mystic and come back and fight Boo, and all of a sudden you've got a bang now?
Well,
I mean,
even then,
It
I
really
wasn't
doesn't
too
make a whole
concerned
lot of
with-
sense considering he really didn't change.
I think that was kind of
So-
the point of it, was to show, you know, it's not Super Saiyan. You know, it's a mixture. It looks like a Super Saiyan form, but it looks like base at the same time. Is I think what they were going for. But I think the key takeaway is that his potential unlocked form, his mystic form, isn't it's not the final form for this mystic power. I think what he's tapped into is,
One
aside
thing
from
that I
these-
did like is the hair wasn't the only thing that they changed when it went for him from base to Mystic. They also added lightning in Mystic, which is really nice because that also shows that one detail creates the divide between base and Mystic because he looks the same.
like I was saying.
So
it-
now
it-
with the base hair and the
kinda
lightning,
goes,
it
in my opinion, a little deeper, because I mean, like Robert was saying, it resembles Super Saiyan a bit too, and it's like why have it look the same if it's meant to be a power that is substantially stronger and different? But I think, from my opinion at least, the key takeaway is just that he's only just got into this power, and since he doesn't really train a whole lot, you know, he's never really gotten to see what else it can do. You know, I mean, between the Boo arc and then even just the Tournament of Power, I mean, there was a huge gap where he just didn't train.
Yeah.
And I mean, he
so
never
in
got
terms
to-
of
go on.
in terms of training, how do y'all feel about Piccolo gaining those two forms by the dragon?
To be honest,
more deserved
yeah.
for Johan.
well, that's kind of messed up. Now, we all know, or at least we should know, that this movie was supposed to be only a Piccolo movie. Like, Gohan wasn't even supposed to be involved or anything, but the writers went off and said, no, we need to add Gohan into it and, you know, make it a little bit different. So, if you didn't know that, you know, food for thought there. But Piccolo literally trains every day. He only wanted his potential unleashed. Okay, he would have went to the Elder Kai to do it. However, he didn't have the ability to get there, nor the time to sit around for 24 hours to get his potential unleashed. So it's kind of a catch-22 with that. Yes, I love the idea of him having a mystic type form or unleashed form, whatever you want to call it, and for the fact that the dragon, Shenron, had granted him even more power. I thought that was, amazing, because no Namekians trained like, Piccolo does or anything else like that. Piccolo constantly trained, every day, where the Namekians, they just, of Universe 7, they turned into peace-loving people.
So you feel as if his transformation was deserved?
Yeah, I feel it was absolutely deserved. The dragon, went to Piccolo, and for once, his power was being used for something absolutely unselfish.
I think a lot of fans were happy that Piccolo did get something, because for the longest time, there's always been like these fan forms, like God Piccolo or anything like that, and they gave us, I don't know if it's potential unleashed Piccolo, but I'm guessing that's what that is, and then there's Orange Piccolo, which I really love the design for, and that transformation was amazing. That introduction to that form was great. It was perfect. And I definitely feel as if it was deserved. I know a lot of people were upset about it because they were like, he just wished for it. He didn't really have much of a choice. Especially since he had to do all this stuff to convince Gohan to get angry, to fight back, go Mystic. And if it weren't for Piccolo even getting his ass beat in the end, he would have never gone and transformed into Beast. So them being together really helped each other, I really think.
Yeah.
And I hope that they still focus on that in the future, and I hope we do get to see Orange Piccolo and all that again, because this was really good, and I enjoyed it.
Assuming Orange
I mean, we got to see Broly too.
It's been confirmed that the events that transpired are canon, so I can't even say that Orange Piccolo wouldn't be canon. I am kind of upset that, and I'm not sure if it still holds true, but there was a huge thing circulating that Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan were on par with Super Saiyan, Ultra Instinct Goku.
Blue.
And
Ultra Ego.
And Ultra Ego, yeah.
So
I heard Piccolo was on par with Blue, but I heard Gohan's was supposed to be stronger than Ultra Instinct and all that. But now we're hearing that if Cell had achieved, his full power as Perfect Cell or Perfect,
no one would have beat him.
They said
it wouldn't have been
Broly.
Perfect, but not even Broly. None of them would have stood a chance, which I think is something that we could also all do a what if on. I think that'd be really cool, considering just how much of a threat he was described to be. In terms of Piccolo, from what I've seen from sources, at least from Toei and all that, Piccolo is at least as strong as Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta with Orange Piccolo. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what I've seen. And if Beast Gohan is stronger than MUI or Ultra Instinct or MUI Goku, these, in this timeline, I'm like 90% certain that they are after the Granola arc. Way after. So if that is true, then Goku has TUI. So Goku could still be stronger than Gohan, because it said either Ultra Instinct or MUI.
For those that don't know what TUI is, it is true Ultra Instinct for Goku. So
yeah, for those who have not read the manga.
Just to throw that out there.
And TUI, for those who don't read the manga or don't know about it, for those who really dedicate themselves to not see the manga, which I don't know why, it's nothing special. It's basically just base Goku with Ultra Instinct eyes. If you've seen the Ultra Vegeta series with Seraphim Goku, it's just base hair and the Seraphim eyes. Same thing with this. TUI is the exact same way, and it has an aura.
It's his way of starting to delve into an actual true Ultra Instinct, not Master Ultra Instinct, which he uses as a form instead of a technique.
Well, not only that, but even Whis told Goku this, that you can't obtain Ultra Instinct the same way I do. It's not the same for you. And Goku had to really think about that. And in the manga, I know it goes back to Goku seeing or hearing his father's voice for the very first time. And I believe he was able to see him somehow. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I read that chapter.
Memories.
But the memories of
he
his
remembered
father and everything else is what helped him realize the way he was doing Ultra Instinct was truly wrong. So he dropped down more into a Omenish like form, which the very first time in the Tournament of Power for you guys, that's what it truly was. And
which, mind y'all, this is still incomplete. So there is a new stage, a next stage. They're probably not going to introduce it for a while, considering the fact that the manga's current focus is repeating the superhero arc, which really annoys me. I'm tired of Dragon Ball Super doing that. But yeah, that's what they're currently working on.
I'm tired of them doing it, but at the same time, it's a good thing that they're doing it because they can go through and add more to it. They could have done so much more, but let's get to the root of it. What about Trunks and Goten?
I was kind of disappointed.
I'm not talking about that. How many of you are so happy that the boys finally grew?
That's what I just said. They finally grew. Like, who cares? They weren't that contributive to the story. They finally grew. That's all I care about.
I mean, them being
also
11-year-old kids in the anime, superhero or Z, whatever form of it, they looked like toddlers still.
Yeah, the entire time. Anyone else? I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but anyone else notice how Goten's hair currently looks like Gine's?
Yes.
I mean,
I like that. I like that detail.
I'm liking it because it's like, even if you look in like GT, his hair didn't stay looking like Goku's, and that's what I liked. We don't want a Goku Jr., especially, no offense to him, Goten. He doesn't really fit that bill. His personality just doesn't really seem like that. But I like him.
He couldn't be a Goku Jr. Yeah, I like the new hairstyle personally. I'm kind of a little disappointed that they ruined the fusion. I would have loved to see an adult Gotenks or a teenage Gotenks.
I think they did that because it shows how out of practice the kids were.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna do that because they released a public poster before the movie come out, and if you look closely, their fingers are mismatched. Yeah. So I knew we were gonna get that. I knew that was bound to happen. Silence.
Yeah. Okay, then I guess I'll ask a question then. In that case.
Go for it, since I've been the one asking them. I do have another question, but it's your turn. I don't want to take all the spotlight.
Alrighty. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to introduce myself either. I'll do that a little earlier in the video whenever I go and do editing. So that'll be fun.
I introduced you in the beginning.
Yeah, but I didn't introduce myself, you know, the way Robert did, because Robert did introduce himself.
No, I didn't.
Hey,
No, he didn't.
Or something. I don't know.
No.
Anyway.
I said, stop going off topic.
Listen, it's been a long day, okay? Okay. So.
This is gonna be a long video.
Yeah.
Most reaction videos are, so you're welcome.
I mean, we're 25 minutes in. I don't think we're doing too bad for a review.
Most reaction videos also have you watching something. So this is far
while
from
doing
normal.
it. So.
Well, this is a review. It's not a reaction. So it's just us talking about it.
I guess that's fair.
So before, since Kuzutoki's getting off track with his question, what is y'all? Oh my God, I can't speak. How do y'all feel about Goku and Vegeta's involvement in the movie?
You know, for once, and I'm going to be honest with this, I am glad that they were not really involved in it. Because, you know, as much as I love Goku and Vegeta, you know, my top 3 characters are Gohan, Piccolo, then Vegeta. But as I'm getting to it, the reason I'm so glad is because it's even the anime, everything's gotten so centered around Goku and Vegeta. You know, none of the other characters are getting any type of spotlight. For the first time in a while, Gohan and Piccolo have gotten the spotlight. So, I'm actually honestly glad of that. What about y'all?
I like how they brought back Broly, and how Goku and Vegeta's main purpose was to instruct and teach Broly how to control his power and how to fight while keeping your power level at the same without letting it rise or destroying the area. I really like that, because then that means we could have something good for Broly in the future. Because I want to see more of Broly. I'm glad he was in the movie. I got really excited when I saw him in the trailer. I was like, oh, there's Broly. And I was going around telling everyone about it, because you couldn't see him at first.
Yeah.
So I did like the Whis and Beerus interaction. I don't know why they made Beerus scared or concerned to why Broly was there.
So
I'm not going to speculate anything.
That goes to my question, by the way. Or that goes to my topic, by the way. Beerus.
Okay.
Okay. Beerus.
If you're about to mention him and Sheila, I'm about to...
I mean, he was singing for...
Beerus.
Come on now, guys.
He was!
Beerus apparently has a crush, okay. How is this going to interfere with Broly and Sheila? Probably not at all, but how is this going to interact with Broly and Beerus? They're going to have to be competing for the same girl.
They might make it to where gods can't be in a relationship. Because if you think about it, there isn't a single god of destruction, a single angel, or a single supreme Kai who has some relationship with anybody that I've seen ever. And I've looked through a lot of stuff, so I'm not exactly sure. If I'm being honest, I kind of prefer the Beerus as like this cold, serious character that's like top dog, you know? I know he's a cat, but you get my point. I kind of prefer it like that. I don't like the whole him liking Sheila or him getting all a soft spot. And the main reason why it bothers me is it reminds me of what happened with Goku. I love Z Goku. The way how he acts, the way how he talks. I don't like how self-centered Goku is in Super. I don't like how he's mainly obsessed with fighting. I hate how dumb he is. And I just don't want to repeat with Beerus. Because I like how Beerus is. I don't want to do it. I don't want to see this. I just don't. I don't want to see it. Like the soft sentimental moments he had in Broly with Bulla, that was fine. I didn't mind that. But what really bothered me was the whole him liking Sheila thing. I don't know why. It just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, it kind of rubbed me a bit of the wrong way as well. I was kind of embarrassed, that I had to sit there and watch Beerus in love with Chilai. Obviously, like I'm much more with the whole Broly and Chilai myself. Which is funny to think that Broly looks like a kid, but he's like in his 40s. Crazy. Begs the question: how
If
old
you have
Chilai
to
is.
think about it, that is true.
It's Chilai. I mean, maybe.
Are you
she's
talking
like,
about like how Broly acts, or
Yeah,
how he
acts.
is?
I mean, he hasn't been around.
The
anyone
dude
since-
grew up.
Yeah,
Yeah, the dude grew up on a foreign
He-
planet.
He grew up with just his dad, and his friend, but not even really that. But he hasn't had any.
His
other,
dad did a poor job.
He hasn't had any other interaction with anyone else except his dad, right? So he's a bit childish because he doesn't know how to act around people, which is fine. But that begs the question, like, he's in his 40s. How old is Chilai? Because she doesn't look at all in her 40s, and neither does he. But do we have another Bulma in our hand? Does she use added stuff to make herself look young? But
Why is this your important topic?
I mean, if we've
Like,
got
why
to
does that
discuss
matter?
it truly doesn't matter, okay? But if we got to discuss it, since he brought it up, I think Chilai is younger, probably in her 20s.
Are people forgetting that Dragon Ball is an anime? Nothing
really
in
is
anime
an
seems how it is. There's people
is
that are
anime,
lollies that are
however,
like
people
800 years old.
that's
Hang on.
true.
It is an anime, but I know how the people of the anime community think, okay? They are thinking and simping for Chilai and Bulma still, and then all these other anime girls come about and they're simping for them. That's why they
No
call
cap
them
though.
waifus.
Bulma kind of understandable though. I'm just throwing that out there. But Sheila, I don't understand that.
Videl,
I think
Videl,
Bulma, Videl, Android 21, and 18 are like the most simped characters I have seen or that I know of. Oh, and I guess Launch whenever she's relevant.
21
Oh, good God.
21 is extremely, simped over because she has not just one form, but two forms. She's the psychotic girlfriend. You have an evil side and a good side. She's a yonder. She's a yonder.
Stay away from those.
Speaking of 21,
She's 21.
Speaking of 21, shut up. I love how she's
21.
now canon. 21 is now canon. Even if we saw her for a little bit, she was there in Superhero. She was in the movie for like a split second, which kind of disappointed me because I liked Android 21 personally as a character. I thought she was interesting. I liked the whole evil scientist thing. So I was kind of really disappointed that we didn't actually get to see her as a character, but we got her, so I'll take it.
I mean,
she's canon.
That's all that matters. She's canon.
Yeah, that's all that matters. And we even got to see 16, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So
I
speaking
guess
of androids,
yeah, that was about to be my next topic. What do we think of the gammas?
The-
Because the gammas,
I love the gammas.
the gammas are significantly stronger than Android 18 and 17. Like that. That motion is-
They don't have.
Go on.
We really don't. I'm trying.
Here's
to
the
watch how I say
controversial
this,
thing.
because it is very controversial.
They have strength, but they don't have infinite ki or energy like 17 and 18.
Well, we don't even know that.
We do. Android. Frick, what's his name? Gamma 1. When he's fighting Mystic Gohan, he's all like, I'm still at like a good 80-something% of power or whatever.
Okay.
So
that is. Thank you for reminding me about that. But what I was about to say, right, is that,
Right.
you know, correct.
My bad.
My bad, guys. But what I was about to say, thank you for giving me that moment, is that these androids are superior in ways. However, they're not. You know, yeah, they look cool. I don't really like their outfits or anything personally. I know they were going for the superhero vibe, whatnot, but you know, the kid could have done a lot better.
I did
However,
like how they stuck to the superhero vibe.
yeah. The reason I think that 17 and 18 are probably a lot better is because they're true androids. You know, they're biological androids, meaning that
I
their
wonder if they
power
could get
still
upgrades.
grows, and they can probably be upgraded. So
Yeah. So, do
that's
we
what
want to
you've
see the
got to
return?
think of. And I would
Do we want to see the
honestly
return
love
of
to
them?
see, you know, them return. And I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I would really
No,
love
you're
to
good. That's
see
what I was asking.
them return.
I was asking if we wanted to see them come back or not.
And the one that I am really eager to see is them come back as or whatever is Super Android 17. If they
That
can
would
do
be
and
interesting.
give them forms like that, but without them having to, you know, combine or anything, just basically them training and getting stronger and everything like that, it's kind of like their potential unleashed or whatever. That would make them more incredible than what they are now.
They already are pretty strong. Like, imagine if they were in the Tournament of Power. Things would have ran
Exactly.
so much smoother, too. Because it wasn't until Orange Piccolo that Gamma 2 lost. And Orange Piccolo is also OP. So that really shows just how powerful Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are. I'm a huge fan of them. I think one of my favorite things with Gamma 2 is his personality. I love how they're like
Hmm.
completely opposites. And I love how when we see Gamma 2, we see like those little action things, like comic book things pop
Oh, that
up
was
whenever he's doing his
hilarious.
attacks. I loved that. It was great. I love how it stuck to the superhero vibe. I love the Gammas. Their suits are a little weird in my opinion. I definitely maybe change it to something better. Maybe it's just the color. It probably would have looked better in like black or something. But I definitely love the Gammas, and I really do think that they should make a return. I don't know if Gamma 2 will make a return, because last I checked, he did. Spoilers to those who haven't seen the movie.
I mean, this entire video
Unless-
is spoilers.
Yeah, unless Hedo rebuilds him, brings him back, he's probably going to stay gone. But I wouldn't mind seeing the Gammas come back. And I wonder what Hedo's involvement is going to be.
Hedo.
I don't know if they're going to bring him. I don't know how to say his name, but I don't know if they're going to bring him back. I
So-
feel as if he could also bring some significance too.
You know, Bulma did offer to give him a job.
I mean, yeah, he's a genius.
So
Yeah, but he was asking if he could make her look even younger. That's at some
a
point towards
job
the end of the
offer
series.
It's
from
a
her.
job. Okay, it is a job.
Okay, but like the way how she asked is just like, really?
But
It's
I think the
Bulma, what do
real
you
conversation that we need to have here is how they butchered my boy Krillin.
I mean, he's only the strongest.
Was
Earthling.
Krillin?
And I know y'all are about to say something about Tien.
No,
Tien
screw
is
Tien.
not full Earthling.
Yeah, and what gives that away is that freaking thing on his forehead, that
It's-
third eye.
The third eye. He's part Triclops or whatever.
He's a
if y'all-
something. He's just a thing.
If y'all do some research into it, he's half Earthling, half Triclops, or a quarter, whatever. But the point is, he's not full Earthling. He's not full human.
Earthling, yes. He's not full human is a better terminology.
So, thank you for correcting me. But, you know, if you look at it that way, you know, Krillin's the strongest Earthling. So,
Yeah, I don't know how they really butchered Krillin. If you think about it, Krillin has come a long way because if I'm not mistaken, most of the guys that were there during Super for Resurrection of F, those guys were pretty strong. Now,
oh,
don't get me wrong, they were way weaker than the originals, but they were pretty strong, and Krillin was dodging them with no difficulty. And sure, Goku Super Saiyan Blue was holding back, but the fact he didn't die immediately while fighting him also says
The
something.
fact that he was even able to catch him off guard.
Do anything.
Sure, he was, holding back, but the fact he was even able to catch him off guard at all was just speaks volumes about, him as a tactician. I think what I would like to see is some kind of power up for Krillin. Some kind of,
Kaioken.
Kaioken, perfected Kaioken, whatever. Just some kind of super form that is something that's kind of more unique to Krillin.
I do agree with that.
Every time.
Because
I don't know.
Gets squashed left and right.
Yeah, but he was also look, at least he ain't Yamcha. He was in the Tournament of Power. He didn't even want to be in it. Yamcha did, and Yamcha didn't get asked, but Krillin got asked.
Okay, but Yamcha
that shows something. Yamcha's just Yamcha.
Yeah,
hey, don't
Yamcha
make
just
me
the biggest baddie ever. So
don't make me
angry.
Make you turn into Yamcha.
Are you gonna
I don't want to know. He probably has a method. He has. Anyway, he's got something.
What I mean by that is, if Yamcha was in the dang Tournament of Power, right? You know what would happen? The same thing that happened to him when he went up against the dang Cybermen in the Saiyan Saga. Hey, don't worry, guys. I got this. He blows up. I mean,
bro, if he touched Jiren, he'd just disintegrate.
What are you talking about? If Yamcha touched Jiren, the fight would have been over in a second. Like, Jiren still has no chance. Dude, Yamcha is fancy. Like, come on now.
He's a gag character, the secret One Punch Man. No,
I've been holding back. Toriyama on his deathbed. Yamcha's been holding back. Or I'm
Yamcha's imagine. No, but I don't know if humans are capable of transformations. Maybe like a mystic or a base increase. Definitely Kaioken. Goku did say anyone could learn it.
Well,
the closest thing that they could do is in the Namek saga that we know of. They can get their potential unleashed. So,
yes.
Full power unleashed. But the thing is,
which Krillin didn't seem to have much.
Hang on, we don't know that. We don't know how much he got from Guru. It doesn't state. All we know is the fact that he got it unlocked, right? Where the reason Gohan has more is because of the fact that he's half Saiyan, right? Not only that, but Gohan literally had his potential unleashed by Guru and the Elder Kai. Now imagine
that is
the
true.
Elder Kai went through and unleashed the Earthlings' potential as well. Mostly Krillin.
Oh yeah.
So
we got
you gotta think of it in that aspect. I mean, that's the thing for us as what if content creators. We can think of it in so many different aspects, and
I might do that.
Definitely
give Krillin some relevance back.
Well, I'm planning on, like, one of my what ifs is going to be more of a fan theory that I've had. It's a fan theory that I haven't seen anyone else come up with it, so I don't want to claim it as my own because I'm sure someone's thought of it. But it is kind of a theory that I came up on with my own volition. But what if humans came from Saiyans? I believe I've spoken to Makusu about this before. But what if Saiyans?
I thought about that.
Okay, it would make sense because, as we know, Earth's gravity is significantly weaker than planet Vegeta, right? So what if a group of Saiyans left their planet, maybe they were trying to get away from the tyranny or whatever, but let's say they were going to another planet or they crash landed on Earth, something, right? I mean, keeping with, as we know in a lot of schools and stuff, you're taught that, we evolved from monkeys or whatever they teach, right? I mean, everyone's heard that evolution theory, right? Well,
Yeah.
as we know, Saiyans resemble monkeys. They have their great ape form, they have tails, whatever. What if an early group of Saiyans retreated to Earth, and due to the weaker conditions, the conditions being significantly less hostile than Planet Vegeta, they just grew weaker over time into what we now have as humans? It could make sense. But with that,
It kind of does.
it could open up a realm of possibilities to give humans, different types of power-ups.
Okay, so question, because we did get off topic, but you definitely should do that. I think that'd be interesting. Cell Max, thoughts?
I was kind of disappointed he didn't go perfect Cell Max. I was even more disappointed that he didn't have any dialogue with Gohan.
Well, he was incomplete, to be fair. Dude was also freaking massive.
But so
we-
was
we also
imperfect,
don't-
semi-perfect. I mean,
That's one.
I don't
thing
even
did
know if
care
he's.
for.
I don't even know if he has memories of the other cell. We don't even know if. We
So-
don't have much information on the cell like we do with the other one.
He is not the true Cell. Okay, he was just modeled after him. So
Yeah.
that's the thing we've got to look at when it comes to it. Okay, so I do think that he should have been perfected, because you just got this big hulking piece of tin can basically walking around, running around, causing havoc. But you've got two characters that we could arguably say are at least multiversal level fighting him. And I'm saying multiversal because when Gohan and Piccolo transformed into Orange Piccolo and Beast Piccolo, I believe that they transcended into the multiversal level. I know you guys would know it better because y'all do dig into the power scaling a lot, but that's my opinion, right?
understandable, right?
So if he was perfected, it would have made more sense to actually give Gohan a power up out of nowhere through anger, especially if he became, a direct representation of perfect Cell.
I think if we're being honest,
different color, it would have
Cell
caused
was-
more trauma to Gohan.
Cell was an amazing villain. I just
He
want to get
was.
that out of the way. Yeah, I do feel as if the movie would have been so much better if it was Cell. Like, now I'm not exactly sure how they would have gotten him this way. It's superhero.
It's
We have
Dragon Ball.
time travel. It's Dragon Ball. They could have found some way to time travel, get a Cell from another timeline, and upgrade him to Cell Max. Not have him a 30,000-foot giant. Not have him. The color scheme I wouldn't mind. Sure, they could make him like red and green, maybe, or like how they did with Cell Max. But at least it would have been our Cell, and this one probably would have been way stronger. And
Mhm.
I think one thing that I want to do is a what if Cell was later instead of early, because if you really think about it, Cell could be the most powerful. Imagine if he had the cells of our current Goku and Vegeta and Gohan, or even
Yeah.
somehow Broly or Beerus. He would be unstoppable. So I think it would have been way better if they had done something like that. And then who knows, maybe towards the end we could have gotten the involvement of Goku and Vegeta. Now I get it. The point was Gohan and Piccolo. Maybe they could have done that the entire movie. this cell's too powerful. They could have done a cliffhanger and make it part 2.
Definitely.
At least that was my thoughts on it. I'm not saying I didn't like the movie because of that, but I think it would have been a really cool plot, even if it wasn't time travel based, even if it wasn't that cell. I feel like it's a slap in the face for us to get Cell back and not even be
And not have Cell back.
It's just like there's no communication, and there's like Gohan shows no sign of being like, oh my god, it's Cell. It's just like, okay, it's a new Cell, we have to beat him.
That's why I said I wish that they had him perfected, like perfect Cell, and he looked just like
I don't even. And because I can like. The only thing about this Cell is that he was different. He wasn't like the old Cell. Like, he lost his arm. I don't even think he was a bio android. Like, he didn't have the ability to absorb.
This Cell
couldn't regenerate. He couldn't do any of that.
The rest, like the original, and that's the downside to him. You know, Kato could have literally made Cell. He could have literally made him.
We do know that this Cell was incomplete, so maybe the full plans was to have the regeneration and all of that. Because he clearly has vocal cords and all of this. He can scream and all of that. So I'm not exactly sure as to what their full plan was for Cell Max. What would be cool is if they made a what if movie to like what would have happened if he was complete. That would be cool. They wouldn't, because you know, that's just too good for us fans. But I do think that would have been interesting.
Lasts 2 minutes.
I might try and pay some animators to do that, bro. Do it ourselves.
You know,
we know some 3D animators.
They're at least slowly coming around to some of these forms. All right.
Yeah, I definitely feel as if that laser thing out of all of his spots, that was pretty cool.
That
very
was
unexpected.
most interesting.
That was just like, okay. I was not expecting that, because like they glowed, and I was like, oh, they glow, that's cute. And then he just fired lasers out of it. I was like, oh, that's absolutely horrifying. Because Cell at this point is just some berserk. He's just Broly at this point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That would have been funny. Just a berserk versus a berserk, just yelling at each other. That would have been funny. I did like Pan's involvement a little bit. I like how she was older, training with Piccolo. That's nice.
Her involvement, in my opinion, was the best.
Oh yeah, Pan was awesome. But speaking of Piccolo, I mean, what about that teacher?
Oh yeah. So that teacher, by the way, she reminds me of like one of the other characters in Z that Piccolo met when he was getting his driver's license. I don't know if y'all remember that, but she looks exactly like that instructor. I'm just putting that out there. I don't mind the teacher. I don't know why she was. Here's the thing. I don't understand. Piccolo. How do I say this without getting demonetized? He's not meant to be able to.
He shouldn't have Riz, as everyone's calling it nowadays.
Yeah. Also, I don't get why the teachers. I don't think she would actually be attracted with a green man with antennas popping out of his damn forehead. I don't understand how that would work, but I mean, people could make the argument Saiyans and humans, but Saiyans look like humans anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure how they do that. I don't get how. There's just a lot of things at Dragon Ball that people question that are never going to get answered. Like how many times they see Omega Shenron and they always put that scene like, what are they doing? And they never bother to go investigate. Because the entire city turns dark. It's like, oh, no one bothers to address the issue. Like, I know if that happened here in real life, people would be like, "All right, nuke that bitch, send something,"
I mean,
you know.
things are
But
so
no one
weird in the
questions
Dragon
it
Ball universe, though. I mean, the planet's almost been destroyed and has been destroyed, before.
Multiple
numerous times.
And people have been resurrected from the dead. So I mean, at this point, is it like weird that
I
a
think
giant
after the
dragon's
Cell
floating in the
Saga, yeah, I think after the Cell Saga, people just like, okay, our planet's a little weird. This is the norm. Because even if they did decide, okay, well, no, that's not as crazy. But then there's Boo. They saw Gohan go Super Saiyan in the stadium. They saw Vegeta straight up destroyed the punch machine. Like,
I saw
there's
Vegeta
just
kill a
all
bunch of people,
these.
too.
Yeah, they're just like, I think they're just like, okay, this is the norm now.
We might die, but we might get resurrected.
We'll come back. Yeah, but don't forget that everyone could only be resurrected twice.
Well,
Unless
depending on
Shenron
the
keeps
Dragon
getting upgrades.
Ball, did they?
True. And Shenron keeps getting upgrades over and over. So it could be that they won't ever have to worry about it
Then you have the
anymore.
Super Dragon Balls, which could even just, I wish that the Shinron of Earth had the ability to grant the same type of wishes you do. I mean, he can't say no.
I mean, that would have been
So-
the easiest way to do it real quick.
Yeah. So I
Especially
think this is
since-
probably. Sorry.
I was going to say, especially since Dende was able to, upgrade them during the Cell Saga to be able to have, what was it, 3 wishes?
Correct.
Yes. 3 wishes.
Went from 1 to 3 wishes, and if they say, I wish you could have the same power as Purunga. That would have been 10 times better for the Earth. But
Yeah, so you just say, I wish that the Earth Dragon Balls had the same power you did. Bam, it's done.
yep,
You have a set of Dragon Balls that you can easily locate on Earth, and use once every year, and you get 3 wishes because that's a thing. So
Yeah.
begs the question: what's in the other Dragon Balls?
What did y'all think of the theme, like the music? I personally loved the superhero soundtrack. It was great. It was great.
I'm a huge
I love it.
remix guy. I like to listen to remix type of stuff. like
They've
that,
had
so-
some good remixes to it too.
Oh,
So-
absolutely.
Thinking about it now, I think we've gone over just about everything. We've gone over designs, transformations, concepts, what ifs. Even went into off-topic stuff. Is there anything we're missing?
The ending.
The ending.
I mean, we're already.
let's give it up to my boy Vegeta. If y'all stayed and
Yeah!
watched it, hang on, let me finish. If y'all stayed and watched the movie till the end credits and everything, my boy Vegeta finally got one over on Goku. He finally beat him. Okay,
It's finally true.
Vegeta was able to beat Goku based on what we said: no blast, no forms, raw power. Right? Vegeta finally did it, guys. Now,
Vegeta won.
the thing about it, though, is it cuts to Broly, and you see Broly in tears because of their fight. I think that was probably the most funny part, except for the part where Gohan is so weak now with his senses, he can't even recognize when Piccolo came to tell him, yo, the Red Ribbon Army's got your daughter. He couldn't even recognize Piccolo. They did go on wrong
but
there.
Pan could.
Yeah, in an
But
instant.
Pan could. Yeah, it bothered me. Also, Android 18's redesign, I love that. Like, I don't know why. I like the design of the hair and all that. It's way better.
I think it's just like Android 18.
No, I just like the redesign. Because she stayed the same ever since Z, and a lot of them do.
Yeah, that's pretty true. except the animation style. I mean, Super, we got really, really bad frames. Don't get
See,
me
I
started
feel
on
as if
Vegeta's
Super,
hand.
yeah, Super would have been better if they didn't waste their time reanimating the Battle of Gods arc and the Resurrection of F arc. They had movies for those. They didn't need to work on that. Another thing, I think this would be the last. I know a lot of people were disappointed about Vegeta and Goku not using their full power in terms of transformations, but you also got to understand that we said you have to watch a sparring match without destroying the area. If they were using their transformations, they would have destroyed that damn planet. So, for those of you who are upset about that, they were just sticking to it, because I guarantee you, if they did end it with transformations, I know all of you want to see Ultra Ego and TUI really badly. It's not the right time, especially for something like that, because if they did give the transformations, instead of people being grateful about it, a lot of people are just gonna be all like, we only got to see it for a few seconds, bro.
I mean,
They
I was more upset with the fact that we've only been able to see it for a few seconds is because of the fact that we only seen Beast for a few seconds.
That is true. We only did get to see Beast for a bit. That would just make it worse. It would have
made more sense for the movie if they made Beast come out earlier and actually gave it more of a fight,
To be honest, the only reason why I'd be fine with Ultra Ego and MUI Goku showing up, or TUI Goku, is to know how the auras would look. That's the only reason why I'd care.
Yeah.
Because we still don't know what the anime adaptation of Ultra Ego will even be.
Or,
because
what is it? What's it called?
TUI.
Black Frieza?
Black Frieza, yeah.
Yeah, that's also true.
Black Frieza.
Honestly, I wish they had changed the name for it, but
I mean, he's racist, so
Yeah, but still,
he can choose the color, if I'm not mistaken, when he tries to create a transformation.
The form colors because he stated he did when he showed back up to the Earth after his little first training montage. And said, I chose this based off of your Super Saiyan color, your golden form.
Yeah, to mock them, not realizing they had blue.
So here's my thing though, right? Golden Frieza makes sense, but if you go on the forms based off of what he's already stated, gold. If you do it based off of rare metals and everything like that, Obsidian Frieza sounds better for a form.
Nah, I can't see that.
Or
long.
Something else like that. Yeah, it is too long, but so was Golden Form.
No, but
I do like Black Frieza.
It does roll off the tongue, but I don't know. I just think the name can be a lot better.
Well, he could have just also went with Dark Frieza. I mean, if we're going for, because you don't want it to sound racist, he could have just went with Dark Frieza. Obsidian Frieza. Again,
I don't think racism
racist.
has anything to do with it.
Neither do I, but I'm saying if people are thinking like that, then, I mean, it could be looked at as simple as that. But something like Obsidian Frieza just doesn't really roll off the tongue. It doesn't stick. Golden Frieza did stick, and I mean it.
I love Black Frieza, and here's how I hope it will go. Okay, that sounded wrong. Anyway, I love the concept of Black Frieza. Shut up. But here's how it needs to go down. Frieza needs to stop coming back. He's not that amazing anymore. He's overused. They tried doing it with Cell. They failed. They had one job. But I want Vegeta to get the W for this one. If Vegeta does not get the W for this, I will be upset because Vegeta has never beaten a main villain once, ever, and I think it's time that
that's not
he.
necessarily true. He did beat one.
Who?
He beat his.
You're about to say some.
He beat
You
what?
beat what?
His pride.
I mean, that is
His-
true.
No, he didn't. But,
I mean,
But he didn't in a way.
we're
He put
talking
his
about
pride on
like.
the line.
okay.
But we're talking about an actual enemy.
No, I know.
Yeah, he didn't even. He beat Topo. He beat Topo,
Yeah.
but does that really count?
No.
No, because he wasn't an actual enemy.
Well, I mean, he wasn't evil.
And that's what I'm
Yeah.
getting at. Yes, you can call it enemies or adversary or whatever you want to call them. But in
Some
truth,
random mofo in the way.
Top was not evil. He was not trying
He wasn't
to
even
kill.
big. And if
So-
you really think about it, he wasn't even the main enemy. It was Jiren. So there is also that. I have a question for y'all before we wrap this up. We are officially an hour and 6 minutes in.
Oh dear.
Did y'all see that theory that Raditz was gonna be back in the superhero movie?
No.
Did you all see that? Okay, so there was this whole thing where there was a picture where they're all like, "Oh, Raditz may be the main villain, or Raditz may come back," and I'm like, "How the would they do that?" I mean, sure, it'd be kind of cool, but like, no, just don't waste your time with that. I just no, I don't understand. I don't know. It's just I wanted to ask if y'all saw that theory. Because, hold up, let me pull it up. Raditz superhero. Yeah! This was it. I'll show it up on the screen, but just so that y'all can see, I'll send it in the VC recording chat. Whoops, that's not what I meant to send. I forgot I didn't copy paste it. My bad. It was this. It was this right here.
Oh wow.
Give me just a moment.
I would like to see Raditz come back as a good guy.
So a lot of people, because of that image, people are all like, "Oh, Raditz is gonna be the main villain. He's back."
I mean, at
I don't
the same
know
time,
where that
could
came
that,
from.
Hang on. At the same time, could that not be Cumber?
Nah.
Cumber got a bang, I think,
Yeah, it's not Cumber.
and a mask.
That's
Hey,
very-
I'm
Yeah,
just throwing
and-
that out there.
If he had a bang and his hairline
Because he-
wasn't like
Hang
that,
on. The Dragon Balls cannot bring someone back who's been dead for longer than how long?
That's not. That's.
There is a
true.
raditz.
That's only true for the Earth Dragon Balls, though.
yeah. But here,
Still-
check
You
this
think
out.
they're
This
going
is
to go to Purunga?
Yeah, that's not Raditz.
yeah.
Hey,
they're-
I was
they're-
just trying to
they're-
throw that out there. It could have been based on the look. Because
Cumber being canon would be cool, but they'd have to do like a better concept than what they did with Heroes.
Yeah, no, him and Hero is
just-
just kind of dumb. It's like, oh, he's the evil Saiyan. Oh, okay, buddy.
He's more like the corrupt Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Cumber has a scar. He can go 3. We know that. Dude's awfully bulky for his size. He's pretty bulked. But yeah, I wanted to show that Raditz thing. I don't remember where that came from, but for the longest time, people thought Raditz was gonna be in superhero because of that picture there. So I love how there's a arrow pointing to it, as if you can't see him, but
As if it's not obvious.
as if it's not Raditz. But yeah, I think that wraps everything up.